Though a lot has changed over the years, each Persona game has featured a silent protagonist. This allows the player to take on the role of the wild card and lead the way as another group of teenagers save the world. This allows the player to have their very own experience with the game, working as a sort of insert into the world, both the normal one and the shadow-infested one. This is generally what the Silent Protagonist Trope is used for. We see that a lot in visual novels and such. But the silence of the silent protagonist may have a deeper meaning in these games. One of the things that's very interesting in the Persona series is that Persona 2 comes in two different games. One where the players controls Tatsuya Suo, and another where they control Maya Amano. In Innocent Sins, when you're playing as Tatsuya, you act as the leader of the group, making decisions and working as Philemon's main pawn, only to turn into Maya in Eternal Punishment, where Tatsuya is no longer the one leading the group, and it's Maya who makes the choices and decisions. With that in mind, we have to look at the other thing that each Persona protagonists have in common. They are all fools with the power of the wild card. People who are on the beginning of their journey and, like the number 0, have limitless potential. The thing that has taken me a stupidly kind of long time to set up is the idea that we, the player, act as the wildcard ability. The reason that the protagonists have access to limitless potential is because we can do pretty much anything we want in the games. Playing Persona 3 and you decide you don't want to enter Tartarus during this month? Go right ahead. Don't care to save Yukiko before the fog comes? You can ignore the TV world. Want to be a social recluse in 5? Well, no one's gonna stop you from ignoring the confidants. You'll have to face the consequences and possibly restart the game, but you, as the player, can choose to do so. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Philemon grants personas and the wild card abilities to people to try and win a bet, or in other words, some twisted game, against, I'm gonna say his name wrong, Nyarlathotep. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. Yeah, there you go. That's who it is. The characters become his pawns in the elaborate chess game that the two are playing, and in a way, we're doing the same, controlling the protagonists to reach some ending. We are using them in a game. That isn't to say that we have complete control of the characters. Sure, we have control of their actions, but that control is limited by what the characters want to do. After all, we can't just have you say, "Goodbye, Inaba," and go on some wacky adventure that sends them off to Italy or somewhere like that. Even the things we can make the characters say are limited to 2 or 3 pre-made options. So that's why sometimes you can be you have no choice. You have to be a jerk. Times you have to leave Ryuji to these characters who are very clearly problematic, but nobody talks about it because why would you talk about it? It's in this way that each of the protagonists are able to have their own personality despite being silent. That and the smaller details, like you giving himself multiple requests to feed stray cats, or Minato presenting signs of depression by his more, how can I put this on YouTube, risky behavior with women at rank 10. It is a symptom of depression to have risky behaviors. Even the characters' movements add to their characterizations. Take, for example, Joker's idle poses in Super Smash Bros., twirling around his dagger and gun without a care in the world, showing off his cocky personality, and nothing like Minato, who carelessly holds his sword in one hand, but still strikes with a calm precision. And these hints of personality are there no matter what you choose to do. Whether you want to date Rize or decide to max out all of Joker's stats, these small fundamental aspects of their characters are still there. You will always be a dork with weird hobbies, Minato will always be a slightly guarded and depressed man, Minako will be happy and, compared to her brother, well-adjusted individual, and Akira will always have that unending bravado. And it's because of these tiny details added by everyone who plays a part in making the game that we can see just how amazing the Persona games are. So much thoughts and details are put into each aspect of every game to make complex stories that we get to play, and I just love it. Maybe we are meant to take the role of Philemon, or maybe we're meant to be the embodiment of the wild card. Maybe we, as the player, are meant to see that we have access to limitless potential as well, that we can start our own journey as a fool and do something great. Or maybe I'm just being really sappy, because I get stupidly sappy when analyzing really great stories, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's this thing, this is just who I am. Either way, they knocked it right out of the park with this aspect. And honestly, the Persona series is just a perfect example of how to use the silent protagonist trope and incorporate it into your story, and how to add depth to a character using the tiniest little details, which shouldn't be surprising. The characters have, in my opinion at least, always been the driving force of the Persona series. So essentially what I'm trying to say in this half theory, half rant, half analysis, not really kind of video, is that if you're looking for inspiration in your own writing or games or whatever it is that you wish to create with characters, I 100% fully recommend looking at the Persona series, especially their protagonists, because that's character writing. That's the embodiment of character, especially Persona 4. I personally recommend Persona 4 because the plot of the game is literally just getting into looking into their true selves and finding out who they are, and that is just beautiful. I'm gonna end this now. I'm gonna stop ranting. Goodbye.